All right, so you're interested in knowing how much a bathroom remodel costs. So I'm going to spend some time walking through this article that we wrote really back a few years ago, but we've seemed to be getting a lot of traffic on it. So I wanted to spend some time walking through what a typical bathroom might cost and then looking at a couple other things that we use to determine a cost on a bathroom. So, just at the highest level, there's a tool out there, Exactimate, that's used in insurance for a lot of insurance companies to estimate costs for insurance repairs. Remodelers also use it to get updated pricing on labor, materials, etc., so they can quickly estimate different parts of their project. One of their tools is a tool that will quickly give a cost on bathroom remodels, basements, kitchens, everything. So you can see I just made up a fake job here, 123 Main Street, Urbandale, Iowa. And then I chose a master bath remodel here, and we'll say the square feet in that master bath is around 100. And we'll click details here, and ultimately this will create a base estimate for us. We don't actually use this to create our estimates, but it gives some good information of what to expect. So you can see a master bath of average quality at 100 square feet. They're saying costs around $15,000. Fairly low. We rarely see master bathrooms cost $15,000 unless it's a lower grade finish in that, but you can see what's included in this. So pre-finished vanity with countertops, ceramic tile, flooring, shower tub, etc. And you can see all the individual line items that ultimately go into that bathroom remodel estimate and what it takes. You have the drywall, the bathtub, paint, tile the shower, tile the tub surround, all kind of the accessories in there, the plumbing fixtures, lighting fixtures, etc. What you'll see though is if we go to quality level high, we start to get more towards 24, a little over 24,000. This is probably more typical for a bathroom we would do, or even closer maybe as we go to this premium level bathroom remodel, we start to get in that 30,000 range. So again, this is a tool that the industry uses. A lot of insurance companies use this tool to estimate how much maybe an insurance claim will cost them to repair. And then they, of course, that's the price that the homeowner gets to make those repairs. So that's just a quick look at that. If we look back at the article, so I'll quickly go through a number of these questions, but how much does a bathroom remodel cost? So when we get into master bathrooms, we're probably looking at $25,000 plus in a nicer home. When we look maybe the kids' bathroom or half bathrooms, those sorts of things, it could be as little as $10,000. I mean, it could be much smaller if it's just a little half bath where we're ripping out the vanity, putting a new toilet, mirror, etc. in. But a lot of factors come into play when you look at a bathroom remodel. So that's where you can see this 4 to 25,000 depending on the scope of work. And that can really jump up to something much, much higher. I mean, you can easily get $50,000 bathroom remodels going depending on the home. So one of the big factors when you're looking at a bathroom remodel, if you're just ripping out your vanity toilet, shower fixtures, flooring, etc., and you're putting everything back in the exact same place, so you're not having to reroute electrical for switches, lights, etc. You're not having to reroute plumbing, drain, and water lines. That can be a huge cost savings because we don't have to rip into the walls as much in order to move that stuff. If you are looking to change the layout of your bathroom completely, that's when costs can start to add up. So if you want to move the location of the shower or bathtub drain, well, then we're going to have to rip up the subfloor. And depending on how far we're going to take that, we might have to rip up a decent amount of subfloor to run those new drain lines and water lines. Similar story with electrical. If you want to get lights, outlets, switches, whatever it might be, to new locations, drywall's coming off the wall, entire electrical lines may have to be re-ran if you don't want junction boxes in the wall, etc. So it can eat up a lot of money here when you start to look at moving locations of that bathroom. And most of the time, especially when we get into master bathroom remodels, we are reconfiguring that space to something that makes more sense for that homeowner, to a layout they like better. Maybe it's getting rid of the big tub altogether and doing a bigger shower, etc. So next thing that comes into play are the types of materials to be used, of course. One of the big items is the cabinetry and how much. So if you're looking to get a single vanity, you might be looking at $800 for a nice cabinet. But you get into some of these bathroom remodels where we're looking at 10 linear feet of cabinetry, and maybe we add in a linen cabinet, etc. You can easily be spending thousands of dollars on cabinetry for that. Tile is an area that has huge amounts of variation in what the material will cost. You can get tile for as low as $3 to upwards of $20 plus easily. We like to, when we do our estimates, we try to use around $8 a square foot, and we can read some of that stuff based on the current condition of the home and design of the home, of whether we want to put in a higher square foot price or a lower square foot price. And a lower cost alternative that we're seeing a lot more is luxury vinyl plank, and this would only be for the floor itself, not for the showers or anything. It's a nice option that a lot of folks are going to. It's easier install, so you save on installation labor, and you can get the material for a decent price, comparable to some tile. And just keep in mind, I don't know if I said it already, but this is material only. So when you get into tile, there is a significant amount of money on the labor side of installing tile. For shower walls, you might be looking at $20 a square foot to install the tile. For floors, you might be looking at $5 to $8. And the more intricate the designs, the more labor costs it will be. So if you're going herringbone pattern, you're going to increase your tile costs. Brick pattern, it's more of a standard tile layout, so your tile costs would be more in that range I gave. The other option here is tile versus fiberglass tub and shower surround. So if you're looking to just replace your shower with something, maybe freshen up the look of it, and you don't want a tile for whatever reason, maybe you don't want the maintenance that goes along with tile, maybe you don't use that bathroom very often, you're probably looking at a fiberglass tub and shower surround, or maybe just a fiberglass shower if you don't need the tub. So for something like that, you're going to be looking at less than $1,000 to get that material, versus the cost of the tile would be significantly more. But in master bathrooms, you're generally not going to be putting in fiberglass tub and shower surrounds, more than likely. Next up is the glass shower doors. So on a standard fiberglass unit, you're probably going to put in a standard glass shower door, which you can get for $300 to $600 at your local home store, and you're probably going to be looking at that in the installation labor as well. For custom showers, tile showers, though, it's more than likely you're going to get a custom glass shower door. And depending on the size of the shower and the amount of glass, it's going to vary, but you're probably not going to get it done for less than $1,000, and you're probably not going to go above $2,800 unless you're getting into some significant size showers. So yeah, and then plumbing fixtures, again, great variation on this. If you're going to Lowe's, Home Depot, etc., you're going to be looking at low end $50 for a vanity faucet. Low end for shower fixtures, $150. The downfall when people see these prices at Lowe's, Home Depot, etc., is the internal guts of these faucets, these shower fixtures, etc., are of a lesser quality than what you're going to get from your local plumbing stores that are only plumbing stores. So like Ferguson or Plum Supply. Generally speaking, the materials that they provide, whereas the home stores might have plastic internal parts, the ones you get from the pro stores are going to be of a higher grade. They're not going to wear down as quick, and that's why you see these large variations in price a lot of times between the local, the home stores who are trying to, buy in bulk, get everything for the cheapest amount of money, versus going into these pro stores. And what it seems like you're paying a lot more for the same thing, but the quality is greater, will last longer, etc. So when you get into a shower, if you're just going with a typical shower valve and head, you might spend $300. But if you get into multiple shower fixtures, maybe a rainfall, a hand shower, and a shower head, you could easily spend $1,000 just on that. Freestanding tubs, faucets for those tend to be very expensive. A deck-mounted faucet might cost $500, but a faucet that's mounted to the floor and comes up into the tub, you could again be looking at $1,000 for something like that. So great variation in the material costs on a bathroom remodel, and you as the customer are ultimately in control of this. Your contractor, designer, whoever it might be, will give you an allowance, and look at those allowances across contractors, across your bids that you get, because there can be significant differences in those, and ultimately that is a variable that will have to be controlled as you go into design. So if one contractor gives you $5,000 in allowances and one gives you $2,000, well, you need to be looking at that and saying that's a variable cost, and you're in control of that. So when you're looking at those two estimates, you really need to keep the allowance costs in mind when you're going forward. So moving on here, we could talk all day about materials. Moving on, how long does it take to complete a bathroom remodel? So if we're looking at a simple bathroom remodel, maybe changing out a vanity toilet, vinyl plank flooring, new fiberglass surround, that can be done in under a week. If you're getting into master bathrooms with lots of tile, moving plumbing, moving electrical, etc., you can get upwards of 6 weeks or more, just depending about the amount of work that needs to be done and the amount of specialty trades that need to be brought in to complete that work. So what to consider when completing a bathroom remodel, one of the biggest things is, do you see yourself living in the house for a considerable future? If you do, make it what you want. Don't worry about recouping the money. So many times we see people worried about adding that value to their house, and really that only applies if you're going to sell it. If you're going to sell it, you don't want to go top of the line everywhere, because you're not going to get it back. And how long are you going to be in that house before you do sell it? Is it going to be multiple years? Well, as time goes on, obviously things become outdated, etc. But if this is your house forever, don't worry about recouping that money on the sale of the house or adding value to the house, because you're in here forever. Make it what you want. That'd be my advice, at least. And then, if you're looking at bathrooms you use every day versus those that might be extras in the house, the kids moved out, they're not used as much anymore. How much money do you want to spend? Go the fiberglass route, looks nice still, versus the tile. And then maintenance, again, tile requires more maintenance. The grouts, etc., today are better than they were, 5-10 years ago. They're less likely to stain, and they're going to hold up. So there's not as much maintenance, but there still is maintenance involved to keep that tile looking nice. So just an overview of the article here. Hopefully that gave you a little more detail. What we didn't cover a ton of here is labor costs, and that's going to vary greatly depending on the remodel. But yeah, I hope you found this helpful, and please check out the article for maybe additional details I missed. Thanks.